lovely humans taking us out with an emotional bang is Karnal Jabra.
So there's a lady who works in my gym who I've seen have been quite rude and sarcastic with me a couple of times, which I ignored. Except once when I felt angry and we had a bit of an argument, after which I felt so insulted and angry. The thoughts that I was having that time was, I'm going to go complain against her, or worse, I'm going to leave this gym. But then I thought, how is it going to help me? If I complain against her, I will be more uncomfortable seeing her, which probably I'll be doing every day. And if I leave the gym, it's my loss, actually my gain in terms of weight. Then I decided I'm going to talk to her and clear it out. It sounded difficult, but I know that this is the right thing to do. I also thought, wish I would have handled the situation a bit more peacefully in the first go. What is it that I was missing? Could you bring the slide, please? Any idea what is the greatest remedy for anger is? I know you can see the answer. What's the greatest remedy for anger is?
Love. I would say that.
Well, that's all right, but it starts with a delay. But how do we bring delay when we are angry? And that's where mindfulness comes. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The topic for today's presentation is mindfulness. Mindfulness is a life skill. It's a tool that helps us to stay in the present moment on purpose without being judgmental. So let's move to the next slide, please. And this is the simplistic way I have seen mindfulness could be explained. It helps us to create that space. It helps us to create that delay by replacing impulsive reactions with thoughtful responses. Scientists say that an average human being gets about 50 to 60,000 thoughts every day. About 80% of them are repeat thoughts and 90% are negative thoughts. Now that looks huge and scary, but there is a good news. Thoughts are not facts. Don't believe everything you think. I think it's a powerful quote. It helps us to understand our relation with the thoughts. It helps us to make the shift. But how do we really make that change? Scientists say that what we can see is what we can alter. Let me try to explain this with neuroscience. This is the hand model of the brain, which is invented by Dr. Dan Siegel. This is the brainstem where we feel the emotion the first. The first emotion is triggered. And this is the spinal cord which connects the brain to the entire body. And this is the cortex. And this is the prefrontal cortex, which is right behind our forehead. This is the master controller of our brain. This helps us in almost all the decision making, and it helps us to take the right decisions. So what happens is, if there is a difficult emotion, if there is something which is burning here, it starts to flicker. And when we lose this, we kind of lose our temper. And you know that the situation gets difficult after that. Mindfulness helps us to keep this intact and stay connected with our brain. It helps us to stay calm. And I'm sure you agree that that can help us in many, many different ways of our lives. It helps us to have health benefits, impulse control, understanding our emotions and others' emotions, and also reduce mind wandering. So with this, I would like to all of us to have a small short mindfulness practice, so we all experience it. And I can assure you that you are in a safe environment to do this with me, and it would not last for more than 1 minute. So if you are ready, I would request you to sit in a comfortable position, relaxed yet alert, physically relaxed mentally alert, and close your eyes. In case that makes you feel uncomfortable for any reason, feel free to keep it open. And focus on your breathing. Take a short, deep breath. Take a short pause and exhale. Inhale. Take a short pause and exhale. After a few moments, you will hear the sound of a bell. When you stop hearing, you can open your eyes. Thank you very much for participating. Anybody who wants to share how you feel?
Calm.
Anyone else?
More peaceful.
So nice to hear that. So if you think mindfulness can help you in your lives, I would encourage you to start practicing. Sit with yourself for a couple of moments. Increase it to 5, 10 or 20 minutes gradually. Try to have focus on your breathing. Just remember one thing, you will have a lot of thoughts coming in. Don't judge your thoughts. Let them come and go. And when you think that your mind was wandering in thoughts, just gently bring it back to your breathing. It is important because in this world full of doing, it's important to just breathe, just be. Thank you. And by the way, I did meet that lady 2 days later and I spoke it out. She smiled and said, "Oh, it's fine, thank you, it's all right." I don't think she ever smiled to me before. So are we friends? No, we are not. But whenever we see each other, we greet with smile. Thank you.